Anybody coming in, people are looking for elegant meal, they can have that. Also, they can have casual dinner. They can come with jeans and t-shirts. I started a long time ago, like 30-some years ago. We try to accomplish European influence, Asian influenced, with twist with American cooking. We opened 1982. Those time was just becoming little wave of new type of cooking in Chicago. We're serving Japanese Wagyu beef hamburgers, which a little bit of a blue cheese wasabi on the top. So that's a little bit of a Japanese accent we like to bring in. A little bit of a kick to it, yeah. To me, the presentation is the most important. The minute they see the food coming in front of you, you see from your eyes, and that's eye bring appetite.
So, George, you tell us that Yoshi's does everything right. Tell us why you chose it.
Well, it's really difficult to find a restaurant in Chicago that does everything right. Sometimes you may like the food, but you may not like the decor or the service or the wine list, whatever it is. But Yoshi seems to be able to blend all of those elements wonderfully. What Yoshi basically does is he creates innovative and creative dishes combining both Asian and French cuisine. He does this by hand-picking the freshest and finest ingredients daily and creating a menu out of those ingredients.
Now, would you say this restaurant is a good deal for what you're getting?
Yes, absolutely. I think the bang for the buck factor of the Yoshi's is very high.
It used to be more fine dining, and then he switched concepts and made it a little bit more casual.
Yes, and what he did was he didn't compromise the level of food, but he definitely made a more of a comfortable experience. He made the restaurant more of a cafe type of restaurant, hence Yoshi's Cafe.
So Anne, being an artist, Yoshi's certainly known for his creative presentation. Did you enjoy that?
I loved it. I thought the food was amazing. It looked beautiful. I had the bento box, and it was beautifully laid out. Everything looked absolutely delicious, very colorful, and it was also just fun to get the really big tray. So, yeah.
I certainly appreciated the effort that went into every dish, George. I would say that one of the neatest things, my wife, she ordered the Chilean sea bass, for example. It was wonderful. But what came with it were not 1, 2, 3, but 4 different side dishes. All of them were legitimate side dishes that were, for example, one was kind of the seaweed salad with a bunch of lump crab meat on top, not just a little, but a lot. Yeah, I thought the food overall was outstanding and really, really well presented. Bang for the buck factor? Sort of. It's certainly not an inexpensive restaurant to go to, but for the quality you're getting, I would say it's fair.
Yeah, I think it's more of a destination spot that you go to. It's not somewhere that you could go on a whim, but I think really Yoshi's is a great place for a big event or a nice dinner with your spouse or your significant other.
Did you ever go there for brunch? I noticed they have a brunch on Sunday, which we did not go on Sunday.
I do go to brunch at Yoshi's, and it's fantastic. He has a wonderful, wonderful Japanese breakfast, and if you guys haven't had Japanese breakfast before, you should definitely try it.
What is the Japanese breakfast?
Japanese breakfast it consists of rice, obviously, a miso soup, and whatever Yoshi's freshest fish of the day is usually. It's really a fantastic thing to have.
And walk us through how the sort of decor of the restaurant.
I was honestly very confused. And again, I'm an artist, so I think I might have been like hypercritical, but we got there and it looked like a Greek restaurant. But it's beautiful, but it just was not what I was expecting. So then we came in, and again, I was a little confused because it's really beautiful and cozy, and it's like an elegant setting, but it's a very open floor plan. It seemed a little discombobulated and not really going with the concept. But again, that being said, it was very warm, it was inviting. My mother and I went, and we really enjoyed it. We both want to go again. It just was not really what I would expect, and I would say maybe if they're going to be Asian fusion, maybe make it a little more Asian fusion inside.
What do you typically order when you go, George?
The first thing I always get, that's the greatest thing, is he has this hibachi Kobe beef, which is on a heated stone, and there's a little fire at the bottom of it, and you cook your Kobe beef pieces on the stone itself. I think Yoshi's really innovative, and what he really takes a lot of effort to do is he really recreates himself, the restaurant, the menu, based on what is available and what type of ingredients are the freshest that particular month.
Tell us a bit more about the food you ate.
There was a, let's see, there's a pumpkin ravioli with goat cheese.
Which is excellent.
It was
my
very,
God,
very
it was
good.
amazing,
If you
yeah.
put goat cheese on a menu, I'm probably going to order
And
it.
the
It
pumpkins
doesn't matter
are
how it
so
comes.
good.
Yeah, it's a
Delicious.
kabocha pumpkin, which is a Japanese pumpkin. It's a little bit sweeter.
You could definitely taste the difference, and I loved it.
Now, entree-wise, again, I had it was a Japanese pork, baked pork. It was delicious, extremely tender, very, very flavorful.
That's a special type of pork too. It's called kurobuta, which means black pig in Japan,
Yes,
which is
yes.
a very, very tasty, flavorful type of pork.
Yeah.
And it's very rare to have that in the United States. So whenever I go to Yoshi's, I
It's
try to
so,
get there.
Kurobuta pork is so juicy.
Yes,
It was
like,
juicy,
oh.
really,
Yes.
really tender, and
It's like
much.
the Kobe of pork.
It is.
Yeah,
the Kobe pork.
exactly. I thought the pork was wonderful. Everything we had was good, and the desserts were fantastic too. I should say. Yeah, it was like a little
Yeah.
kind of.
You had the same, what is this? The like stacked thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
feel
good.
that is
Yeah.
my
With the
absolute
berries,
favorite.
with the
So
berries inside,
good,
and
yeah.
crispy, and the
With the
caramel
chocolate
ice cream.
mousse inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very
It had
good.
everything good in one little thing.
See, this restaurant's located Boys Town, Lakeview. Do you think the restaurant matched the neighborhood?
I don't. I think it's a really elegant restaurant, and I don't feel like it really goes with what else is there. I mean, it's up and down the street are a bunch of bars. There aren't really any other
Where's
restaurants
more
like
casual
that.
eats?
I think it's nice to have that there, though, because I think it's a really good option. And definitely going to go back because it was so good, and they were just so nice. The service was wonderful.
Right, George, you recommended Yoshi. Sum it up for us.
Well, I think Yoshi's is the ultimate dining experience in the city of Chicago. I think Yoshi masterfully creates an innovative and creative menu using the finest, freshest, hand-picked ingredients. And if you want to have world-class dining in Chicago, I think you have to add Yoshi's to your dining rotation.
Right, Anne?
It was delicious, elegant, a really wonderful dining experience. The decor was a bit lacking, but once you were in there, it felt warm and energetic, and I loved it.
Brent?
I think if you walk up to Yoshi's off the street, you might be surprised at what's inside. When you go inside, the food is wonderful, the service is great, and definitely save room for dessert because it's worth it.
All right, well, you can try the continental cuisine at Yoshi's Cafe, 3257 North Halsted, 773-248-6160. They're open for dinner only Tuesday through Saturday, brunch and dinner on Sunday. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $38.